I've got time for my gentle sales technique. This is a biggie. It's the first one you really should do in times like this. And so it's going to take me a bit of time to really dig in here. And I have to admit, it's really more marketing than sales. But again, sales, marketing, very closely related. And when you do this thing, what happens is you feel so much better when you do sell after you've done it. It makes it much easier to get out there and sell. You feel more confident about yourself and know that you're doing the right thing. And so when you do that, you feel better. It can lead to more opportunities as well. It can lead to you having opportunities to make offers. And it sometimes even leads to people asking to buy from you without your asking them if they want to buy from you. Okay, let me be clear. You are going to want to ask for the sale. Um, it, Sometimes people will actually feel hurt if you don't ask for the sale. They feel like you didn't want to work with them. So go ahead and ask for the sale. I'm just saying that I've had it happen where somebody will come to me, even though I didn't make an offer, and ask to buy something from me. Okay. Oh, I should tell you what I'm talking about. The thing to do, the very first thing to do in times like this is to be generous. You want to give away something that is needed now, or sell it at a really reduced rate. Don't go into debt, cover your costs and all, but you want to make something available for people right now that doesn't cost much of anything, or doesn't cost anything at all. So let's use some examples. If you're a yoga instructor, maybe you can do a series of meditations for parents to find their calm in the middle of this new homeschooling regime. Sounds useful to me right now. Or let's say you are an accountant. You could create a free training on how to make the most of the government loans, or the pitfalls of the government loans, whatever makes sense to you. I did, and I just finished it today. I did 5 free tapping circles where I went in and we did some common tapping to lower stress from this pandemic and the shutdowns that are happening. And then as part of the tapping circle, I would go in and do 10-minute hot seats, one-on-one tapping with the people who showed up to release whatever they wanted to tap on, anything that came up for them. So I didn't limit it to the pandemic stress. I just figured if something was bothering them now, it probably is somehow related to that. And I have to say, this is not my business. I don't do tapping to release stress, not directly. But it is something that I can do now. And I was happy to be able to get it out there because I know how important it is for people right now. There's so much stress and it's not helping anybody. It's actually making things worse. So I wanted to find a way to help people release their stress. And so I gave it away for free. I did 5 of those and it was great. I actually offered it to my current and former clients. And I invited them to invite anyone that they knew who might benefit from it. So I saw a bunch of familiar faces, some I hadn't seen in a while. And then I also saw some new people, got to know them a little bit, and they got to know me. And that was all really good. Okay, so why am I saying you have to do this? Well, the number one most important reason to bear in mind when you give away a freebie or a virtual freebie, do it because it's the right thing to do. People need this, whatever it is. You want to give it to them because you can give it to them. Full stop. Okay, I know you came here to find out selling and you need to sell because you're a business owner and it's okay to sell. I know all of that stuff, but you start with doing it because it's the right thing to do. And when you give like that, you feel so much better. It shows other people your heart, that you're a good person here. So do it for that reason, not to make a sale right there. Now it's counterintuitive, but the truth is It is the best way to sell, is not to want to sell, not to try to sell, to go into it from a place of service, and then people are more likely to want to buy from you. But you can't fake this one. It's got to be real. Okay, another reason to do this, and it's not nearly as important as the doing it because it's the right thing to do, but it's still there. Another reason to do this is that it keeps you in front of current and former clients and customers. Well, it keeps you in front of your current clients and customers. It can also keep you in front of your former ones, depending on how much you let them all know about it. And you want to be in front of at least your current clients or customers because you want them to be thinking about you when it's time to work together again or to buy from you again, which might be tomorrow. It might be 2 months from now. I don't know. But you want to keep reminding them, you're this good person who does this great stuff. Don't forget about me. Okay? There are more reasons here. It is a way for new people to hear about you and try you out, like I said with my tapping circle. And again, to do that, you encourage the people you know in your sphere to share what you're doing with their network. And then you have more people come and find out about you who you can down the road make offers to. Okay. It also, and this is way down there, but it's still there. It also creates opportunities to sell during your free offerings. Be very careful. There's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And that's actually what next week I'm going to talk about. But know that when you do one of these freebies, as long as you do it right, you are less likely to be seen as just in it for the money when you do make an offer. And honestly, you aren't just in it for the money, right? I can't believe you are. I mean, you wouldn't be here if you were. So let people see that. Okay, as I say, this does create great ways to sell from the freebies, and I'll get into that in the next session. Now, I know that this can sound like it's a lot. Yeah, sure, Nancy, it's easy for you to do this. You're in a service-based business. You do all your work virtually anyway. It must be easy for you to give something away. And if you're not in that kind of a business, it can feel a lot harder. Let's say you sell a physical product, or you need to provide your service in person, like say a personal trainer. If that's you, there's still things you can give away. So top of the list, if you can do it, do one of these free virtual trainings showing how to use your product in a useful way, a different way. For example, if you sell Pampered Chef kitchen equipment and tools, those are really cool things, by the way. You could do a video series teaching recipes using common things found in people's cupboards or pantries. That can be important in these days when we are trying to go to the stores much less frequently. We might run out of certain things and need to improvise, and a video series could be really helpful. And of course, you'll use the Pampered Chef tools to demonstrate it. You could, let's say you're a hairstylist, you could do a virtual training on how to trim your spouse's bangs. This, I gotta say, this gives me the heebie-jeebies. This is a topic we're discussing in my home right now. I gotta tell you, nobody's touching my bangs, but my husband is he's kind of thinking about it, maybe. And if I have to, I'll do it. I'm a little concerned about it, but if I had a hairstylist who could give me some easy ways to do it that wouldn't make him look like the Dutch boy, I think that would be worthwhile to have, and I would truly value that. Okay, let's say let's say you're a jewelry designer. Okay, now actually, it's quite possible that you are selling from home now. You can certainly do that, but it can be harder to get out there to get noticed. So go ahead and give a training on the right necklaces to wear to get you noticed, on these virtual meetings, right? That you're only noticed from a third of the way down and up. Okay, or maybe you want to train people how to wear jewelry that doesn't get you noticed, if that's what somebody wants to hear. So I'm just throwing out these ideas because I want you to get creative with what you sell and ways to get out there. You could actually do something different for free or for a reduced rate using what you already have in your business, even if it's not your business. The example that comes to my mind is there's a woman in the UK who sold gourmet juices to restaurants. And then one day all the restaurants closed. So her business went poof. She very quickly took the fruits and vegetables she had and offered to sell them and deliver them to homebound individuals. And she got huge response. I mean, she was selling it with very, very, very tiny margins, so she wasn't making much. But she is now considering, with such a huge demand, maybe she should increase her margins. People would understand that. She's got to make a living too, right? If she increased her margins, maybe she's going to create a new business for herself. I mean, she hasn't decided yet, but she's just opened up possibilities for herself. You might find something like that happens for you too. All right. What else? You could, here's another one. You could just start doing something you really enjoy that's totally unrelated to your business and share it with customers and clients. An example would be a massage therapist. Okay, you're a massage therapist. You definitely are not getting into work and working on people because that's against the rules. But if you enjoy doing tarot card readings on the side just for the fun of it, you could bring that and reach out to your clients and customers and say, I know I can't see you, but hey, I do this tarot card reading. You want to try it? You're going to be in front of them, remind them that you exist, that you're here. If you want to, you can actually charge for that. I would start at very low amounts. But yeah, I mean, if you really need to bring some money, and you could charge for it, or you could just give that away. Again, the idea is keep you top of mind with your customers so that when they're able to see you again in person, they will. All right. If you really can't do any of these things that I'm describing, nothing like that, there is still something that you can give free to your customers: your attention. Call them up. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if there's anything that you can do for them now. If you don't have their phone number, I quite often don't have my clients' phone numbers, you can write them an email. Better yet, send them a physical letter in the mail, snail mail. You're going to write to them that you're thinking about them. Offer to talk with them on the phone. Not say, I mean, be really clear. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I just want to check in and see how you're doing. Offer to talk on the phone, give them your phone number, ask for theirs. And of course, ask if there's anything you can do for them. Okay. Everyone can do this, by the way, not just people who if you've got a service-based virtual business, you can do this too. Okay. But everyone can do that, even if you don't have that service-based virtual business. And something might happen here where you get suggestions that lead to something you can sell now or down the road. Hey, if that happens, fantastic, take it and run with it. But you might hear that your customer, your client wants something that you can't give. Maybe they want more than anything to visit their mother in the nursing home. And they can't do it. It's not allowed. There's nothing you can do about that situation. But you can still do something really important here. You can listen to them. Give them that kind of empathy, that feeling of having been heard. It is so important. Look, I used to be a therapist, and it is key for people to feel heard during times of stress. You can do that no matter what you sell. The most important thing about all of this is that you do it from a place of service. You don't do it with the intention to sell. Because if you do that, they can feel that. And it feels icky. It feels icky to them, but it feels icky to you too. You're going to do so much better and show up so much better making offers and selling when you feel good about yourself and about what you've done. So do this from a place of service. and you will get a good feeling, probably most important there for going out and selling. You will get customers who adore you. They may not be buying now, but they're going to remember you for when they can buy, and they're going to want to send other people to you. This is going to lead to a bigger growth in your business down the road. So when you keep up with this kind of marketing, the freebies and the reaching out and letting talking with your clients and your customers and your former clients and customers, it will give you more opportunities to sell in the right way.